Beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Will you be mine? Could you be mine? Love to have a neighbor just like you. As long as you're not gossipy, I'm cool with you. Beautiful this neighborhood, a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Could you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Hey, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of King Simon Presents Only Quality People. That's right, this is not the numeration portion of it, but we are into it heavily over here. In any way we can do it and make it happen is what we do. Today we got a special guest for you today, man. On the getting ready for an event coming up in the place called Atlanta over there at the network Atlanta on March the 1st. We got him coming up. And of course, is the one, the only Dr. B that will be in the building at the top of the hour. 8 minutes before the top of the hour. Just want to remind everybody, those that are in the New York area, I have Anthony T. Browder coming to New York and Nicholas, Brooklyn for the first time ever in Nicholas, Brooklyn. I can't believe I never brought the brother in. So get your tickets now at Eventbrite. It's $40 in advance, $50 at the door. Young people from 0 to 17, absolutely free because we want y'all to learn. Even if you sleeping in that crib or sleeping in the carriage, guess what? You would be learning subconsciously. And of course, Nicholas Brooklyn is located at 1396 Fulton Street, right there in Restoration Plaza. And remember, doors open at 1. We should start around 1:33, 1:44. I believe Sister California probably do a sound bowl opening, and then we could do what we got to do. And then we're gonna do the book signing. He has his new book called The Browder Perspective. This is the third installation of the Browder Files. So you know the legendary Professor Anthony Browder is a legendary author, historian, archaeologist, teacher of ancient history of our great past. So can't wait to have that on coming up. So make sure you share, like, and subscribe, family. Let the people know that we're going to have Anthony T. Browder in Brooklyn, New York. All right. And just want to remind everybody that coming up next on my show for March, the matter of fact, not March, the next lesson that's coming up is the one, the only ministry of numerovation. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'll be breaking down the mathematics of ventured and gain and also the meaning on how you use it and apply it from a numerical perspective, a numerovational perspective. And then my interview with Sister Tammy is coming up on the first day of Women's History Month. What does it mean to be a sacred wanderer? In connection with holistic care, all happening at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, because she lives out there in California. And we have the great cardiologist herself, Nina Dunham, returning on March the 4th on a Wednesday. Mental health and how cardiology can help you. She's the great mother of Aquarius Maximus. Those who know the great Aquarius Maximus, you know how we get down with them. All right. And do remember, join my membership if you want to hear my beautiful audiobook, Numerovation for Mental Stability audiobook with nice healing tones in the background. Big up to my son, Prince Imagine, who was the producer of doing all of that. It took a while to get it all together, but that's what it is. I got it up on my membership, and my membership is only $9.99 monthly. So if you want to listen to that 4 to 5 hour read of my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability, please go and check it out. If you don't want to read it yourself, you don't want to get it on Amazon, look, you can hear the audio book. This is my first audiobook, so I'm proud, I'm happy, and thanks to my son, who is the producer of the audiobook with myself, voicing it. I'm voicing it myself. So big up to my son, Prince Imagine. And one last thing, do remember this coming Sunday we'll be at the Restoration Plaza with Nicholas Brooklyn, Brown Girl Empowerment, and Kafunya Ife with the second annual Purely Holistic Soul Expo. Absolutely free to get in. If you register, you can register online through that QR code, or you can register at the door. Free to get in, but it's going to be a bunch of vendors you can support that deals with the holistic modalities of the world. Okay, just want to make sure. Now, before we bring on Dr. B in the next 5 minutes, let's bring on my special guest co-host. A lot of mercy. I consider this sister a very special and wonderful sister. She looked like one of my wives in another life. That's just how that's working. You know what I'm saying? I get along with Gemini women. That's all I can tell you. Love me some Geminis. I'm Aquarius. So that's a way in another life, you know, because there's millions of years I've been on this planet. So I know what this is. So let's welcome the one, the only New Diamonds in the building. What's up?
Peace.
Let me give you a well-deserved round of applause, of course. Let's stop playing. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How you been?
Man, I'm doing amazing. I'm feeling so good, feeling electrified, feeling cleansed, feeling pure. I mean, wow, I feel like this is what a time to be alive, just feeling vibrant as ever. How are you doing, King Simon? It's always a pleasure.
Oh man, you know I'm vibing, man. I'm always on high, even when I'm on low.
Yes.
I'm always on
Yes.
high. So every day above ground is a great day, of course. You know that. So and you know, teaching the lessons and keeping up. I think teaching my lessons every other day or daily. One time it was all daily. It just keeps me going, you know. And I know you be teaching on your channel. Please tell them your YouTube channel, family. Tell them what your YouTube
Yes.
channel is, please.
Yes, I'm on YouTube as well. So I'm an astrologer, I'm an oracle, I'm a holistic path healer. So I do a lot of different things, and I just love, like you said, kind of just shining my light, helping out the collective while also helping myself. So it's just a beautiful way to express that and share that with people. So my YouTube is New Diamonds,
Right,
kind of how it's spelled right here at the bottom of the screen.
right.
Yeah,
That's right. And I put it in the chat, her website and her Cash App if you want to support her via Cash App.
gratitude.
Today is what? Today is Thursday, right?
Wednesday.
Well, oh, today's Wednesday. Ooh, my days are
Yes.
pushing forward. You see
You
how
in the
we see?
future.
Yeah, well, I'll be in the future a lot. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure let me make sure I get some good colors over here to back it up. My computer's been going a little crazy, but it's all right. As long as I'm not going crazy, it's all it's all good. But
Exactly.
I'll try to
Exactly.
figure some things out because this thing be changing up its thing on me. So, but I'm all good. So, first and foremost, New Diamonds, what you got coming up? What you got coming up? Anything? Any events got coming up? Any classes you got coming up? Is it
Yes, so I just did an ascension class. It was so amazing. We just were really talking about the energies that we're feeling right now. It's a lot going on.
right,
So a lot of people just really getting in tune with that. A lot of people are feeling that and just really helping people alchemize that energy.
right.
I'll be having another one probably next month.
Okay.
So I'll be looking out for the days for that. And as far as physical local events, I do have a West Coast craft event that I will be doing March 15th,
Okay.
where you can come and, say hi or support. I do also make jewelry. I
Yes.
sell crystals. And yeah, so that's going to be an in-person event. It's going to be in San Francisco, California.
Mhm.
And it's always good vibes. I'm really love tapping in with the local community as well as online. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's kind of like what I have as far as locally, what I'm doing.
Good. I'm proud of your journey. I'm showing her website right now, just in case y'all
I
don't.
can't hear you, King Simon.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, the sound, no sound.
Oh, wait a minute. My sound was just on. I don't know what happened. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I don't know what happened to
I
my
don't
sound.
know.
Hold on one second. Hold on. Go ahead.
It's all
You
good.
you go ahead and talk. You go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead. You
So
talk.
yeah, you guys know how technology is. Sometimes it's good and bad, but we still roll with the punches. We still go with the flow. Yeah, this is a really great time just to get in tune with yourself, tap into your inner technology. So yeah, I feel like this is just a great time to just get in tune with yourself. Get grounded, as the topic of discussion is the awakening is now. So, what are you really tapping into to really amplify this awakening and get in tune with yourself, right? So just really thriving and vibing with that essence at this exact time. So
Good. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you. Maybe it's mine. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I know I'm talking, but you can hear me now,
If
right?
it's maybe the chat, maybe I have to go in and out.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave and come out, but I
Okay.
can't hear you.
All right. Oh,
Okay.
but I can hear you. You can hear me. You can hear me? Uh-oh, Dr. B was just here too. Can anybody hear me in the chat? Please put a number one in the chat if you could hear me clearly, because my mic says I'm on. Yeah. My mic is on. So yeah. So my mic is definitely on. So let me find out. Okay, I know my mic is on. Let me check. Let me get her on and wait for Doctor. Okay, you can hear me now?
No,
Really? I can hear. I can hear my
maybe it's just my thing.
1 2. No. Well, try it again. Try coming off again. All right. Before I bring on Dr. B, I see Dr. B background. Let me see. Hold on. You see Dr. B is in the background. Let me check if Dr. B is in the building. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure I got his stuff ready to go before we bring on our great doctor, man, because I see him in the background. Let me check this out. Um, Dr. B, if you can hear me, wave your hand if you could hear me, Dr. B. Wave your hand if you can hear me. I see in the background. Can you hear me? Okay, I see. Okay, good. You can hear me. Good. All right. I don't know what's going on with New Diamond. She's our guest co-host. So I want to make sure she comes back on. But without further ado, let me bring on a good doctor for you, my good Doctah. B is coming in the building right now. What's up, Dr. B? How you doing, my brother?
I'm being.
Well, let me give you a well-deserved round of applause.
Let me fix my hair. Thank you.
You gonna fix your afro? Yo. Let me see if New Diamond is working again. Let's see if she's working again. Let me bring her on. Hopefully she can. Okay, she can hear me. All right, there we go. Hey, New Diamond, there you go. What's up?
He's doing good. Everything's working fine now. Probably
Good.
me on my end.
Good. Dr. B is here. Here you go. Here he is. All right.
Good
Hey,
day.
Dr.
Good day.
B.
Good day for everybody. But hey, Doc, but it's good to see you all the time, all the while. You know, you be keeping it popping as usual. And that new book, I can't wait till mine's comes. Before we go, tell them about the new book, Dr. B. Please tell them about this new book. I'm about to show it on the screen right now.
There's nothing like a good cup of tea. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
A good cup of tea helps you create time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got the book on the screen.
Yep, that's the book. Now, what are we doing now? Okay, wake me up. Wake me up. That tea was good.
Talk about the new book, my brother. Talk about this new book before we get into what we got to get in. Talk about the new book, brother.
The new book, the first book,
yes,
is What's Eating You.
Yes.
It's about breaking free from mental, physical, and energetic parasites. It's also about the journey from opposition to liberation. And most of us who are here on the planet chose to be here. And once we realize that, and some people say, well, why would I ask to come here? Because masters always challenge themselves. The best ball player, the best singer, the best whatever.
Right.
Always, usually, unless they get caught up in the commercial side, they're always looking to improve. They're always looking to learn more, do more. They're always looking to, they're never satisfied.
Right.
When you get satisfied, you get complacent. You're just happy and you're okay. You need some challenge. So we came here to challenge ourselves to deal with this heavy, density that we call Gaia, Earth. And once we realize that this is an obstacle course that we helped to create and we actually signed up for, now you can get busy. Getting busy, being and finding and uncovering the best parts of you.
Right.
The book is about learning what is eating us, what's devouring us, what's using our time, our effort, our energy. The book is about you. It's about me. The book wrote itself, even though it took 7 years to actually complete this book, because even though it's 240 pages, each page challenged me. After the things I was told, and up to 7 years old is pretty deep because you're being programmed. You're just absorbing everything. So you're like modeling. You're not really creating yet. And the things that people say, especially if it's your parents or your role models, whoever's around you, your friends, your religion, your beliefs, your politics, it all programs you to think a certain way. Not that those things are valid or they're best for you. It's just that's the way they do it. That's the way it's done. And you are instilled and crystallized with these ideas. Many of them are not for you. They don't work with you. Right. You're just a part of a system. And you got to go along. You got to get those A's in school, even though you don't know what you're going to do yet. I mean, one of the worst things we could do is ask a child what they're going to do when they grow up. Now I got to stop playing. I was on the monkey bars over there learning,
got to think
quantum physics, you know what I'm saying? And, sacred, geometry. And I got to stop and figure out, what do I want to do? And then, I was one of those children. I was one of them childs. I would ask the next question, well, what are you doing what you wanted to do? How many people that are saying this are really doing what they decide? They want you to be the first one to go to college. Well, I got to be the first one. Y'all didn't go to college. By the time I'm out of college may not even be valid. YouTube then took over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's about, letting the child be the child. My programming was deep because they had a lot to say about me. I was very different. Algebra class, I'm counting the bees going in and out of the hive up in the window. You know what I'm saying? Science class, I'm watching the robins pop up and get worms. And, so I was told that I was dyslexic, unteachable. I was told that I was, well, they didn't tell me this. I heard him whispering, he's got ADD and he's got ADHD. And, he's special, which, was code word for he's a little retarded. Because I wasn't keeping up with the class. You understand what I'm saying? I wasn't doing what the class was doing because I watched this whole thing.
Right.
And so I was programmed in a certain way to have challenges with my own self. And going through this book really challenged that child in me. We talk about this all the time. We're teachers, we got all this knowledge.
Right.
The average adult lives life as an adult based on the conclusions of a child. That stuff pops up when you least expect it. So me becoming a literary artist, I've always been able to speak in front of audiences. Not always. Actually, that's been since like 1994. But before that, I was always able to get on the stage and play music and be the music band leader, the percussionist. And, it's showtime. I can speak the language of music very well and tell you and give you a good perspective of where we are and where we're going. Right. But speaking became a challenge until I learned how to channel and just let those beings come through and talk for me and through me. Right. But writing it down, the stuff is moving on the pages. I don't know where the dot goes, or am I reading backwards or forward? Am I speaking in phrases that people who are not listening to me can understand? That was a challenge. So the book broke me down, and I finished it, and I remember I cried. This blew my mind that I had completed the book. I thought I completed the book. I was done until the editing started. Then it was like, well, Dr. B, what are you trying to say? How are you trying to say it? But we all are challenged.
Right.
And we go through things. I mean, the computer broke a couple times. The hard drive got lost.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The squirrels, they took my USB cables and chewed them up.
Gosh.
Because that was me on the other side testing myself.
Yeah.
You can't do it. Just give up. That voice, that saboteur inside me is strong. You can't do this. It's impossible. Because I was learning what was eating me and what was limiting me. And now that I've broken the spell, I've gone from the journey that most of us should be on is going from opposition to liberation. Everything is connected to its opposite, and you will be challenged. If you'd like to be the best, then you're going to have to realize that you got to fail forward. You know what I'm saying? You don't quit. You don't give up. When you get to the top of one mountain, you look for the next mountain. You got to keep going,
Right.
because that's what we're here to do in these bodies. You know, these avatar bodies are tested. You know, it's alchemy.
Yeah.
Turning one thing into something else.
You know, Doc, before I hand it over to New Diamonds for a question, you know, from another author to another author, I'm proud of your journey, of course. And I wrote my book, No Promotion is Bad Promotion, just spelled my name right, in 2012. And what you just said, because crying, not knowing where to start, what was the chapters, what was the title, everything was going through it up at night, to the point that I had people to question me. I had friends to question me so I can pull certain things out. And then in the midst of it, it clicked and it was time to go. But the crying, the snotty nose crying, all of that stuff came because it brought me back to memories of my father, who was a promoter, memories of my cousin, who was a promoter, brought me back to other business thing. And it when you write a book, especially when it's pertaining to part of your life, because it's never the complete book, you know, I think it's very important that people that are out there, and I'm talking to all of you out there that do want to write a book, because all of us are walking books. All we have to do is, and it's just once you put it out, it's just about, from my perspective, it's just about leaving that legacy. There's a song that comes on at the end of this movie called Accountant. And it says, I'm just trying to leave something behind. It's just trying to leave something behind on this earth before I leave. So I'm glad that you said what you just said in regards to that book, man. And I can't wait till it comes in my hands so I can sit down and read. There's a thing that I do in New York that I learned from being in the Ansar community and in the Nation of Islam. I ride trains all the way to the end and ride it back and read a whole entire book going back and forth, all the way up to the Bronx and back to Brooklyn, and I'll read a whole complete book. And I'm going to do that with your book. I'm going to go up there with it in my face so people will see the title, boom, and read it up and down. So most people, as people coming through, millions of people passing through that, maybe just thousands might see me, but I'm going to read it all the way up and read it all the way down, going all the way to Brooklyn. So thank you so much, sir, for that testimony, you know, because it was a test, and writing these books are a test. New Diamonds, please, go ahead.
You know what? Let me say something really quick.
Go ahead.
Now that I've written the book, I'm going to tell the truth.
Yes, sir.
I've only read one entire book.
Wow. Okay.
ISIS Papers.
Oh, Francis Cress Wells.
Cress.
Yes. Dr. Francis Cress. Yes, I read that too.
I loved her. She pulled me out of being I was a liberation type person, always wanted to break free. I was always fighting and hating. And then I realized what was happening, and it changed me. It shifted me. The symbols, the signs, everything.
Right.
And I remember I was on Carl Nelson's radio show one day, and I was talking about how I realized that sound and frequency and light all had to do with our essence, and how the melanin picked up frequencies, and that we were feeling first, that we were kinesthetic, auditory, visual, and not visual, auditory, kinesthetic. We're taught visual first, to see things. Do you see what we're saying? Imagine the pink light. You're sitting there, I don't imagine no pink light. Why it got to be pink? I've had enough problems with pink, and I'm addicted to pink all of a sudden. But it's about feeling. We feel first. Yeah. So I was talking about all this stuff about the subconscious and parasites and things. And a call comes in, and it's Francis Cress Welsing. And she says, she don't talk to me. She don't have a question for me. Right. She says, Carl, I have no idea who this man is. I've never heard of him. But I need you to give him my number and have him call me the minute he's off of this show. I'm like, I don't even know what to say. That's Francis Cress Welsing. I go crazy. It's like my great auntie. You know what I'm saying?
Her birthday coming up in a few weeks.
I called her an hour after I was on the show, and she says, "What took you so long to call me?" I said, but she said, just be quiet. She says, listen, you have the missing link. And I have been attempting to write ISIS Papers 2. And it's missing you. And what you have and what you're carrying and the way you're breaking this down about music and sound and frequency and the way the brain works and the cosmic grid and tapping into the essence and the divinity code deep down in our bodies. She said, I've never heard this before, but this is the missing link. So would you like to co-write ISIS Papers 2 with me?
Wow.
I couldn't even talk. And this was like maybe in like November of that year. She said, well, we're going to get started in March. So be ready. You will just talk. You just run down this stuff. And, we're going to get it all put together. It's going to be a great book. It's going to change people's lives. Then one day I woke up and they said she had just made her transition.
Wow.
And I'm like, man. Whew. So this book is a lot of what I would have put in ISIS Papers. Because the information in here, the way it's written and encoded, the way I channeled it, is going to wake up both sides of the brain, creating a whole brain state. And if you allow it, it will create what we call heart, brain, gut coherency and tap you into your original self and break free from the parasites, energetic parasites, mental parasites, physical parasites, cosmic parasites that have been bound within us and using us as a host.
Go ahead, New Diamonds. Ask your question, girl.
Powerful.
Laid it out. Go ahead.
It's such a pleasure to be in your presence, Dr. B. Sirius. I think I speak for the collective when I say we just all love you and admire everything that you have done. Just really mixing the knowledge with the wisdom and the funniness that you do. You telling the jokes, and we love that blend. It's like entertainment and education. So I just really appreciate that and appreciate you. So I really wanted to kind of go back to the beginning of what you guys were talking about when you explained test and being tested on your journey. How do you really identify if it's a test, like an obstacle to get over, or if it's a test for you to turn around and let that thing go?
Turn around?
Like, as far as like, for example, let's say someone's in a relationship and they really value this person, but this person is abusive. They keep, getting tested in the relationship. And it's something that is, not really healthy for them. Should they like stay in it as it being like a test, or should they leave as it being like something to let go of?
Well,
And I just use that as an example. I'm sorry, because I really wanted like more of a general, like as far as walking in your purpose, you know what I mean? Someone who's walking in their purpose, we come with a lot of different obstacles and a lot of different things. So like you said, when you're getting tested on your journey, when you're getting tested at the end of writing your book, it's this sense of, do I give up or do I keep going?
Usually we attract a relationship that's dealing with a part of ourselves that we need to look at and work out. A lot of us who may be nurturers, teachers, into the healing arts, we sometimes attract people who are like patients. They love you. You love them, you think. And you give them energy. And your ego may get off because you blowing their minds, teaching them deep stuff, and they love it. Oh my God, that's great. Let's go to bed. You see what I'm saying? But the question is this person at the same frequency level that you are? And can they give you something reciprocal besides the intimacy? You might have had 29 organisms, but energetically, can they really give it to you? Can they give you what feeds you? And a lot of times these relationships are imbalanced because there's an imbalance in us. And we want to blame the person for breaking our heart, but you allowed them to break your heart. If it's your heart, how could they break it? They made me mad. You gave them the power to create anger in you. They hurt me. You allowed them. And you may say, I didn't know. Well, a part of you did know. Because your gut, if you could go back into your gut feeling and see the average person today, because of mass distraction and the way the system is, we've lost the art of disgust, the sense of disgust, to know something's disgusting. Because after a certain while, you know, the subconscious of the other person pops up. They was on best behavior. They knew right where to put the dinner fork. I didn't know it was a difference between a dinner fork and a supper fork, and there's a breakfast fork. You know what I'm saying? There's a meat knife, there's a veggie knife, there's a plant-based knife. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They tried to tell me that. I don't know. I'm dyslexic, so I just eat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we are always being tested. If you jump up, isn't gravity pulling you back?
Right.
If you have an idea that's going in one direction, the opposite is there. Everything is tied to its opposite. Once you realize that you have to choose each day to be the captain or the CEO of your ship. But a lot of times we want to blame. We get this, you know, we start voting victocrat. It's all about what they did to us, what they said. We have to take ownership of what we got into here and what we allowed. So it becomes a deep thing for each person. And then you mentioned purpose. And I'm going to say this. You know, I was questioning myself today. I was in my car and I said, I don't know if I want to tap into this yet. But you know, I'm going to go there. Did you know that if you're asking your ancestors for something, or God, or your angels, and your eyes are looking anywhere other than straight ahead, they never hear the question because you are not in the moment. If your eyes are moving to the left, you're tapping into program files from the past. If your eyes are going to the right, you're tapping into programs that haven't even been created. They're called construct programs. They haven't even happened yet. You're making them up based on the past.
Right.
So to be in the moment and then desire help or ask for help by what? Being grateful as if it's already happened. I'm grateful for this new business. And you got to look straight ahead. The eyes have a lot to do with it. I'm going to be talking about that a lot on Sunday. At the you know, unlocking divinity codes. You cannot tap into your divinity, your divine self. Check this out. Unless your chin is level and your eyes are looking straight ahead. And it has to do with the sacred geometry of the body and the way energy moves through the body. So if you're asking for something, knowing how to ask the question so that you can pull it out of thin air, because it already exists. Everything is everything. It's all existing right now. It just depends on what channel you're on. Not sure if I answered the question.
No.
But
no, and no, that's a powerful, because that's why I got the divinity code, unlock the blueprint of the divine human. I knew that was leading there. And you know, family that are tuning in, please, you can go to, if you want to go directly to the link, I'm pinning, of course, Dr. B's website to the top of the chat, so y'all can go directly to the link for this thing happening at Network ATL. Beautiful facility. I love that facility. I haven't even, I actually just seen the pictures of it. I didn't go, because I was told about it like last year. I believe you told me, Dr. B, or it was Brother Jeffrey that told me, but I know it was you. You told me that about it last year, and I didn't get to go there yet. And but it's a beautiful venue. Let me pin this to the top so y'all can go ahead and if you're in the Atlanta area, make sure y'all definitely go this March. I don't know if the tickets are sold out. They still got some more tickets.
They said they might have a few on hand.
And plus,
if you want to claim yours, you got to claim it. Be grateful in advance that you'll be there.
Right. And
don't hope and pray that you get one.
And plus, you're broadcasting online also. That's correct.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a very important. This is like part three of the God. What was the one we did that with Brother Rich that time?
Blueprint for God power.
Yes.
Blueprint for God power. Yes, 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 yes. That was a powerful event. Big up to Billy Carson. He's in New York right now. I've seen him on billboards, on big Times Square billboard. Big up to Billy. So he's traveling, he's moving. We're trying to get him on, but he's bouncing around. The name of this program today is The Awakening is Now, because you always talk about now to now, not tomorrow to now. The awakening is now. In regards to this beautiful blueprint for God power that's going to be uh, um, uh, um, showing or presented on this Sunday, March the 1st, for Women's History Month, which they call Women's History Month. What should our people expect when it comes to the awakening at a place like this, and what y'all are going to do? Because y'all are actually going to do applicable exercises to help people. So should people expect when they come to the divinity codes, or don't have no expectations? Go ahead.
Well, I'm not sure what people expect. In fact, I don't really know people. I realized something. I don't really know people. Our ego says we know people and what people want.
Right.
Give the people what they want. I remember, being in the music business, and it was all about making the next record and giving the people what they want. So we go listen to the radio. And we'd create something based on what's already on the radio. But by the time the record came out, it was 6 months, a year later, and that wasn't even on the radio anymore.
Exactly.
You see, so we keep following the leader instead of being the leader. So expectations usually are connected to labels, which is what we call something, which may not be what it actually is.
Right.
It's connected to references that we've been given in our head that may not be actual. It's just an idea that you have about things. But a referent is an actual experience. A lot of times what we hear, even about spirituality and all this stuff, it's references and labels. It can't be explained, because spirituality means to spiral, to grow, to expand. There's two spirals. There's an expanding spiral and a compressing or a shrinking spiral.
Right. That's right.
It means to change and grow, and we can't keep using the same stuff. So right now, we just entered the photon band, the photon belt, a space in place in space where it's a cloud of biophotons, little light creatures. Our whole solar system goes through it every 13,000 years. And when we go through it, everything changes, because we didn't have enough light before. We were going through a period of darkness because we were so far from the center of the galaxy, Hanapku. Now we're moving back towards the center, going through this awakening of the planet. This is called the springtime. This is called the springtime cosmically. So there are parts of us that are awakening that we didn't have before. This thing that I know that I'm going to talk about this weekend, I've never talked about before.
Yep.
Some of it I don't even know I'm going to talk about. It ain't none of my business.
Exactly.
I remember we used to be going to the studio, right? I used to have some of my artists, and they would ride with me. I stopped riding with the artists because they talk too much.
Oh, too much. That's the truth.
And I'm the producer, you know what I'm saying? And they're talking about, what we gonna do? What we gonna cut? I don't know.
Right.
What we about to record? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You're the producer. I said, if you leave me alone, I might know something when we get there.
Right.
Exactly.
And they be in there all, dancing around, you know what I'm saying? Doing what they do, rolling up their roll-ups and whatever they're doing, you know what I'm saying? I had to ask people to leave. Why? Because I can't tap in because of the mass distraction. It's causing destruction. So I would just have everybody leave the room, and I would just sit there. Quiet. Nothing. Turn off the lights, put on a candle.
Teddy P.
Did you know that if you gaze into a flame,
Mm.
and the flame is down low where you have to bow your head, you tap into the theta state where imagination happens. Think about sitting around that campfire.
Yeah.
And looking down at the fire.
Yes.
When you look down, your eyes are looking down. You're tapping into the physical part of yourself, the kinesiastic. That's a new word. The kinesiastic you.
And you know,
reality is the body.
Dr. B, that's when people like to tell stories around the flame too.
And then they get quiet.
And they get quiet.
After a while, everybody talks and laughs. Then they get quiet. You just hear the fire. Marshmallows are gone. And you go into this state. Now, if you're looking straight ahead at the flame, you never drop in. It has to do with the eyes, the way your position of your chin, the way your spine is shaped. We're going to get into that this weekend. Once you get this and you realize that you got a powerful spaceship, but part of going through the system of oppression and power and control and struggle and fear and all of that stuff shut us down at a certain point. We shut ourselves down. And if we stay as victims and keep blaming, then we never really get the real true power. We did this. Once you say, I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfections.
I say
one of
it
the
every
most
time.
powerful mantras you could ever say.
I say it after my show, at the end of my show, every day. Since you told us that.
Forgive myself.
Yep.
For what? Don't make no difference. You can't even remember it all. It's that cookie you stole. You know what I'm saying? You knew you were supposed to only eat one cookie. And you went there and got two. Grandma knew you got two. She was testing you to see if you was going to be righteous, but you was wrongest.
The word. You're wrongest.
So, when there's a flow of energy through the body,
right,
you open up that channel where you're connecting heaven and earth through you, where Father Sky and Mother Earth can meet inside you and make love out of the things that are not love. But what we have been doing unconsciously is damming up the God flow. So they call God damned. You've dammed up the godness. Well, all your thoughts, all your feelings, all your stuff, and then you want to meet somebody and talk about all the problems in the world. Somebody asked me the other day, you heard, well, you man, Dr. B, what you got to talk about this Epstein thing? I said, who Epstein?
I don't talk about
Epstein, the island. What? I was like, there's an island? Where's Epstein at? What he got? He giving out money to, new startup businesses? I can start a new business. Who is Epstein? They said, you know who I'm talking about, what he done did. I don't know if any of that exists. I ain't got time for that.
Exactly.
I don't have that on my watch. I don't carry no watch. They've been doing stuff for long. What about you?
What do you do?
What about your thoughts? You got some rare thoughts too sometimes that just are fleeting and you got to stop it. No, breathe. Don't think about it. Too late. It already exists in another galaxy. You know what I'm saying? That's why people are interested in it, because if that stuff is in them, it attracts them. Now we can blame. That's the problem in the world. Epstein. Well, you heard what happened to him. I don't know if he existed. Well, Orange in them. Who is Orange? I don't know if they exist. What exists is right here in our realm right now. The only way we can ever tap into the divinity code is to get out of the mass distraction and what they say and what you think is going on. But I said earlier, I realize I don't really know too many people. So, I've met both of y'all before, but I don't really know you.
Exactly.
Well, you know how, King Simon, you know how he is. I don't know how he is. I know how he is when he's in that King Simon suit. Crashing everybody's birthday in the world out of his head. Who is he when he's by himself?
Meditating.
Is he doing that in the shower? You know what I'm saying? Dropping off birthdays and dates. Is he doing that all the time?
The rain's birthday. The sun's birthday is.
We sometimes show up in situations with a personality.
That's right. That's right.
I remember I used to be out smoking and getting high and cussing up a storm.
Mm-hmm.
I'd get to my house where my parents lived, and before I walk through the threshold, all of a sudden I can energetically cause the weed smell to disappear. No cursing, talking proper.
Not from your mama and dad.
That clothes that was wrinkled are all of a sudden ironed magically. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. You've been outside wild and hooligan. They used to call it being a hooligan.
No.
But we change, and we're changing constantly. Nothing is the same. This is not the same earth. You see, the moon is in a new position. I don't know if y'all noticed this. The moon this is what's going on. It was on the wrong side of the sky the other day. You think up is up. Where is up if you're on a ball? Well, Dr. B, it really ain't a ball. It's flat. I couldn't care what shape it is. You on it.
Square.
And everything that you've been told has been told to you, and you believe it. What is your business? Are you minding your business and businessing your mind? When you read the book, What's Eating You, you'll realize that you have been being devoured by parasitic thoughts, parasitic actions. You got parasitic friendships, parasitic relationships. It's been created by parasites. They now know that these tiny creatures that you call parasites have shaped society. How you think, what you like, what you eat, all of it, especially with that toxoplasma. So you think you know something, but a lot of what you know, you don't know for a fact. Somebody asked me one day, well, you know, that King Simon, how is he? What's really going on with him? I feel something funny from him. I said, well, what do you feel? I don't know. He just seems too intelligent for his age. They want me to react and say something. Then do you take Dr. Maybe's herbs? Who is Dr. Maybe? People ask me for my opinion so they can make a choice, because a lot of us we're depending on other people, and then we're depending on validation. You got to validate yourself. But first you got to get out of the system and tap into who you truly are and get out of other people's stuff. You may not know yourself. I woke up this morning, and for the first 17 seconds or more, I had no idea who I was.
No idea where I'm at.
They was out there ringing the bell to drop my Bible. We just got our first books, by the way. They finally came. They was ringing the bell and trying to get in. And I was like, I looked outside and I saw this truck. I said, what is that truck? Ooh. And the guy was like, is there a Dr. B here? I'm Dr. B. I was about to get on the phone. Is there Dr. B here? Because for the first, when you wake up in the morning, you're not sure who you are. You got to gather your stuff.
Yeah.
If you woke up with no memory, and they've proven this. There's people who have had heart disease, cancer, and they hit their head and got amnesia. Couldn't remember the disease. Couldn't remember nothing. It's only a few things they remember: how to eat, and how to have sex. People never forget that one. They can't. That's written in the program. When the time comes, you know exactly what to do. Shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Stu Davis. Go ahead, give a question, please.
Let me finish this. 6 months later, they found that these people, many of them, no longer had heart disease or cancer because they couldn't remember it. And they also find out some folks with Alzheimer's pass away because they forget to breathe.
Wow.
Back to you, Blue Diamonds. Back to you.
So I love that whole breakdown. That's kind of what my question was. With all of these distractions, what is the best thing for the collective to do? Like you said, we're entering a new part of the full-time belt. We're feeling different. You know, the awakening is now. People are more curious than ever. And I just kind of wanted like your perspective on what do you think the collective should be doing right now?
Actually, see, that's the problem with y'all women. Y'all got too many brains. There's too many dimensions that you're coming from. You understand what I'm saying? We men, it's basic. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. This is a deep question you asking me. You know what I'm saying? I remember I was working with Yana Van Zant. She would say some stuff and I'd stop for a minute.
She brought up the 13th herself.
In fact, I got to call her. You know, it's time for us to do. She got a new book. I got a new. In fact, I mentioned her in my book. In fact,
Yes.
you know, at the end of the book, it's a resource guide, and I mentioned a lot of books, movies, television shows that you need to watch and study. Just the resource guide in the back of the book is the value.
Wow.
You ain't got to study forever and ask Google and AI some spiritual questions because it don't know. But you know, there's a lot of information, and I'm pointing you in places that can actually help you shift life. Based on things that I have studied and read and worked on, but there is no collective. Do you know why? Because we got into me and I, and we left the term we. And as long as a person is saying me, I, me, then they can't find the collective consciousness within themselves because they've separated themselves from the ocean, from the stream, from the river that flows through everything, which is the divinity code, where the mitochondria and all those things live, in the friendly bacteria and the mycelium network. They're waiting for you to be we. So I remember one time I had taken a journey. And I used to go on a lot of these deep journeys. And the beings came and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And they gave me a name. I have another name, which I'm going to be revealing soon, which was given to me. None of my names I gave myself. I was always given names. So I said, oh, wow, that's a really great name. That's me. And they said, no, it's not you. I was like, well, you're calling me that? No, we're not. And the message was that you are a universe. Universe. It is not you. We're vessels. We're planets and universes within planets and universes within planets and universe. So you have the macroverse, the microverse. You have the inner verse. You have the outer verse. It's all verses. It's like songs. It's rhythms. It's a vibration. It's an orchestra of songs. When we tune into now, is that Nicholas and them?
Yeah, she wants you there for a book signing. Yeah,
well, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I still got my bag packed from when I was there last time. I got my Nicholas book bag.
Yeah, we're gonna do. She wants to do a book signing. Yeah, we're gonna do a book signing with Dr. B, because we got a book signing with Anthony T. Browder on March 21st. But we'll definitely gonna
tell Anthony I said what's happening. You know, Anthony is the one who taught us. I was gonna say me.
Yeah,
to do the levitation. I don't know if y'all have seen the levitation.
No.
This was in 1995 or 6.
Yes.
He taught a group of us to do the levitation.
Really?
Wow.
We may do one this weekend. It's a really deep thing. Blew my mind.
I'm gonna ask him that question that day. Wow.
The last time I saw him, I said, I'm Dr. B. Dr. B. He kept looking at me like, you look familiar. But back then, I had a whole different thing. I was wearing mud cloth vest and army pants and army boots with conscious beads on. I had it all mixed up. You know what I'm saying?
You're doing too much.
I had that look in my eye. I didn't know nothing yet. But your eyes change when you start, taking in knowledge. But the big thing is to tap into the universal field. You have to wave cast into that, send waves of energy into the field so that they can materialize into matter. But if you're carrying with it a lot of stuff, heaviness, ideas and stories and lies about, we want to be African so bad. And that's okay if you want to be African. But where'd that name come from?
Exactly.
Did they call it that? It wasn't this whole thing, one big continent. And why all of a sudden now we're finding the oldest relics on the earth in North and South America? Who pointed you away from yourself? We are everything. Don't point me to one thing.
Exactly.
I'm not even from the planet. You see, Dr. Kwekuando gave me the last name, Sirius.
Yes.
Which is actually my first name. Your last name is actually your first name, so be careful. So to really tap in, we have to get to a place where we can let go. And let go of everything and stay in the moment. And that has to do with positions of your eyes, your head. And it's challenging for us to not think. So you might say, in fact, let's do an experiment right here on the air live. Will that be okay, Mr. Simon?
Of course, sir. Of course. Please. Of course.
We're going to do an experiment. Everybody sit and breathe just a little bit. Relax. And for 1 minute, think of nothing. Begin now. Now, we ain't got to go a whole minute. I could tell King Simon, he might be able to do it because he's been in the nation. They didn't train them. You know what I'm saying? Empty your mind. You get what I'm saying? But it is challenging to think of nothing because for most of the time, you're trying to think of how you're going to think of nothing.
Exactly. That's the truth.
It's thoughts in your head. So you think you're in control. But those thoughts are in control. And a lot of those thoughts are ants, automatic negative thoughts. Sometimes you're asking the ancestors for questions. I'm praying to my ancestors. And they got automatic negative thoughts. Watch out, because they stealing from you. Watch out, because they didn't control. They done stole everything. They ain't steal everything. Because there's some things hidden in us that we couldn't let be stolen because we didn't give it out. There's sacred information that's still not out there. That's not on YouTube. There is sacred information written in us that's being born and awakened right now, starting on March 1st, the beginning of the new year, of the new world. This March 1st, this is not the beginning of the proverbial spring. This is March 1st, 2026. Somebody said, well, Dr. B, that ain't really what the year is. Whatever it is. Getting all technical with me. That's the problem.
Right.
We done got too damn intelligent. Whatever it is, the sun, Sirius, and the earth go through a shift in March. And we begin to march forward. That's why the plants begin to grow. They march. This is like a spring forward. Now, if spring comes and it's all worried about winter and going over what had happened, if that tree, right, that has a broken branch because it fell off in the winter, sends all the energy to the broken branch, it can't grow. The tree is focused on the new branches, the new life, what it can control. If you focus your life on what you cannot control, then you're out of control. You're going to crash. So it's built into the system for us to tap into everything but who we truly are, which is down in not your DNA, but down in your mitochondria where the divinity code. That's where the blueprint for the divine human is. What is the divine human? The divine human is the one without all the stuff that we gathered here on this planet that we think we know. And every day, at some point, for 7 seconds or 7 minutes, we're tapped into this and we may not realize it. You might be in the car or on the bus or on the train, and all of a sudden you're at your destination and you can't even remember the journey. I remember I used to ride the train to New York from Connecticut. And I'd be on the train and it'd just be like, things going by, and you get into this state because you go into a meditation. And the sound of the train.
Yep, that's the truth.
Or you're outside listening to the crickets. Have you heard the crickets tuned down to the human heartbeat? Google it. Crickets tuned down to the human heartbeat. Get ready to get your mind blown.
Wow.
I don't know if you can play it on the air. Can you play it?
Can I play the crickets?
Yeah. Can you play the crickets?
I'd have to go looking for it online first. I could.
It's going to pop up quick.
Okay. Hold
crickets tuned down.
Okay, hold on.
I'm going to have a little tea. Somebody asked me, I said, Dr. B, you be getting high off that tea. What's that you think? I'm high off life. You see it? You got it?
Hold on 1 second. Almost. Hold on.
It's going to be a YouTube.
Tune down?
Crickets tuned down to human heartbeat.
Down.
Usually when you get the crickets tuned down, it's going to pop up.
Human heartbeat.
That's powerful.
When you hear this,
hold on.
What the crickets are singing and saying, when you paste them, because see, every animal has a different heartbeat or a different pulse rate. So sometimes we can't communicate because the hearts are not in sync. When you sync the sound of the crickets to the human heart, this is what you're going to hear.
Hold on. Okay, here it is. I think I just got it. Heard chirping, slow down. It's amazing. Hold on.
I didn't know that. That's amazing information, Dr. B.
Thank you.
Too much on this one. Okay, go keep on talking. Go ahead.
No, I want to hear these crickets.
hold on. I'm trying to make sure I find them. No, that's not it. No, it didn't just come up. That's why it gave me a whole bunch of other stuff. Hold on.
They're messing with it.
Yeah, crickets tuned down to human heartbeat. They probably messing with it. Sound slow down. Hold on.
A lot of times you can find it just by putting crickets tuned down. It's going to be a YouTube. It's going to play. It's regular.
Can you hear it?
Yep. See, that ain't even the one.
One ain't.
There's another one.
Yeah.
That's part of it. They're almost there. They went down to 20 times. You got to go to the one where it's to the human heartbeat.
Man, okay, I'm not finding it at this time.
Okay, well, we'll find it later. But what happens is when you hear it, it sounds like the most incredible choir of people singing you have ever heard. And they singing together in harmony. Then they switch up and go to the bridge. And then they sing a chorus together. It's so deep that these people recorded the crickets, tuned them down, and then created a whole orchestra around them. And this guy goes around the world tuning the symphony to the crickets and the symphony, and it sounds like a choir.
Wow.
I think I found it. Hold on 1 second.
Here we go.
I think I found it. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. There it is. Hold on.
You must have a PC. You got a Mac or a PC?
I got a PC, sir.
That's the problem. I'm trying to tell you, get your Macintosh.
I gave my.
No, that's too many beats.
It is.
Here we go.
Dr. B, where you find these things, man? This is powerful.
Wow.
Dr. B.
You hear them all in perfect harmony.
They sound like they in a whole orchestra, man. I
They
could have sworn.
are.
Yes.
But all the animals are doing it.
Wow.
The cicadas in them, they be out. All music comes from nature.
That's right.
When you can tap into nature, nature is an orchestra. It's an orchestra. The planets and everything. When we was working with Mother Tanetta, she had us creating music based on she recorded the sounds of the planets. And she would play it for us as we created this music. The music of the spheres, every planet, every molecule, everything is making sound. And what holds things together is when those sounds are tuned to a point where they create what's called the gluon state. The gluon state is a place where energy collects and glues on to the other energies like it. So a piece of granite, the gluon or the love and every molecule makes them stick together. Now you could change the frequency and that granite falls apart into little dust and particles.
Right. Wow.
You feel me? So things that people that stick together is because they tune together. They have a frequency together.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden what happens many times is you find out after, a certain amount of dating and, you've been in situations more than 7 times in the, in the evening together. Then all of a sudden the tuning changes because you're out of the honeymoon period. You stop trying to impress each other because you feel like you own each other now. I know her. I know him. You see what I'm saying? And you find out that you've tapped into their subconscious where all their stuff is at. And now this is a maniac. You wasn't in love. It's your soulmate. The problem with the soulmate is it's like you only get one, right? They say you get a soulmate. Well, what happens when you break up with the soulmate? You done? Where does stuff? A lot of this stuff was given to us, and most of what we know is not based on fact. If you start, you'll never be the same after hearing those crickets. You go outside and listen to them, and you realize that you hear them, those little high squeaky sounds. But if you could breathe and tune them in, you could hear the message that nature has for you. This is how I pick the herbs that go into the formulas that I create. People say, well, Dr. B, why would you put such and you don't put those herbs together? They told me that they were in the same orchestra. They had the same tuning. They wanted to be in the same song. Remember, I'm a record producer and a percussionist. I'm a master of sound. Every product that I make, every herbal product that I make is based on sound. They're based on frequency.
That's right.
And some people say, well, it's just herbs. You can't do it all with herbs. You got to use herbs.
Everybody got
I'm gonna send y'all some free gifts. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Focus and heaven on earth.
Yes.
I ain't never been on a show where the host had my products. Both of them.
Of course not.
Because when you are in tune to nature, nature tunes up to you. But if there's so much mass distraction and so much resistance, nature follows the path of least resistance. We are a lot of times in resistance. So let's say you meet somebody. They look good. They sound good. They smell good. They say he wearing natural African musk. You know what I'm saying? Shoes. You got to check the shoes because that's old school. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we are tuning into external things.
Right.
If you could tune into the internal, you wouldn't go with what they look like. Because a lot of times you're looking for somebody that looks like somebody you remember. You had a bad situation with Willie J. Willie J changed his name into Brother X. He was the same dude. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So he looked just like him. I looked at his hands. You could tell a lot about a man from his hands. The woman, you could tell a lot like a woman with a gap in her teeth because she got that man. We got all this stuff, this programming, which are basically they're not what they are. It's what we call. It's a label. Then we have references, as I mentioned earlier, based on what we think we like. And usually you broke up with the thing you think you like. And now you're going to go meet somebody else who you think you like because they look like the one you think you like. But we're not tuning all the way like we could if we tune into ourselves first, breathe and relax. If you feel love instantly, then it's probably real love. If you got to fall in love and get to know them, that's the problem. It's instantaneous. And I don't care. You married. I'm married. I can't fall in love with nobody else. Well, guess what? Love has nothing to do with you and your mate. Love is life organically vibrating effortlessly. And you'll tune into love and be a lover. We ain't say you got to go get with them. I'm saying that we have to get with the frequencies on the planet. But once you begin to tap into what is eating you, what's controlling your mind, what's distracting you, because nature is following the path of least resistance. The crickets are attempting to sing to you. The stars are singing. Dr. Ando told me to look in the sky and find a bright star. And when that star started blinking red, white, and blue, let him know. I looked, and I found my favorite star that I've always watched since I was a child, 3 years old. I called it the twinkle little star, and it began to blink red, white, and blue. He said, "That's Sirius." From now on, your name is Dr. B. Sirius, because those energy waves, that light, you are being projected from there. You're not really here. You're just using this body as a lens to activate your avatar on what you call this planet. I was like, wow, this is some good stuff. But once we tap in and get out of the television and what they said and trying to show up and trying to get likes and all that, I need more likes and I need more of this, because now you're dependent on the world to validate you. When you can be validated by nature, you will be validated by the true love. When your heart and your brain and your gut are in tune, in sync, everything changes. So that's why I make medicine music, because that's what it does. That's why I wrote this book. The book is written in a way where I use the special language syntax in every chapter. And it was challenging to write this way in English, right? But every chapter you read, you can just open the book. Just open the book and look at the page that calls you right now. There's a message for each of us in this particular book. It's not really a book, it's a channel.
Right. That's right.
And it's not to put anybody down, because I was writing it in one way and I was like, you know, what they did to us and what they, then I realized, well, they had parasites. They was on boats with animals. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they was lonely and somebody was next to them that wasn't quite human, but it was a long boat ride. So sometimes things happened.
No.
And almost every disease is a zoonotic one. This is when the animal diseases mixed with humans, because we got a little too close to them. So they pass from animals into humans, because we never lived like we're living now with the animal all up in the bed with you. I'm not telling you don't do it. I'm just trying to tell you that there's things that they got that you're not supposed to have. And I'm not saying we shouldn't love our animals. Don't get all crazy. Right. But they was never in the house like this. Up in the bed like this, and you kissing on them, and it's just you got to be very careful here. You see, so we picked up a lot of habits and things that we have to learn how to break, so we can find ourselves, so we can tap back into the universal consciousness, which is calling us. Now we begin to tap into we. And when I come to the meeting, I'm coming with we. If we ever have a collective meeting, when we start having think tanks again, which we used to have back in the day, I used to love it.
That's right.
It was secret think. You know, somebody asked me to come to a think tank, right? A secret underground think tank. And they was asking me on Facebook. I was like, have we snapped? You're going to advertise the secret underground think tank, private mystical meeting on Facebook.
You can't.
Sending me private messages. Dr. B, you don't text you. You need to check your personal messages, your IGs or IMs. What do they call them?
DM.
I usually don't answer them, because find my email, call me. You know, it's not a hard thing to do.
It's not that deep.
But we're at a time where we if we're going to really elevate, truly elevate, not just talk about elevating,
Right.
we've got to tap into the divinity codes, which is light energy inside of us that has just turned on, that hasn't been it hasn't been illuminated for at least 13,000 years. It just
Wow.
came on. It just lit up all of a sudden. How come y'all didn't talk about this before? We didn't know it. So we've all been through some things. We've been through some deep stuff in the last 3, 4, 5, even last year. Last year kicked a lot of people's asses. People, even this year's ass still getting kicked. You've had to learn how to do without some things. You know what I'm saying? You may have had to move back to another state all of a sudden because it was, things change. It shifts quickly. So we are learning to adapt to what's new. And what's happening now has never happened. So I'm very thankful and grateful to be here, to be on this show.
Thank you,
to be here on what they call planet Earth at this particular time. We're all learning. I don't know it all.
That's right.
And this is why we got to be careful what we're saying. If you don't have nothing good to say, then don't say nothing.
Say nothing.
Shut up.
Sit.
We just be talking.
I concur.
If you got something that people can use, great. But the gossip and oh boy, and what they said and who did what, have you heard about this person and who went to jail and who hooked up with who and who had a sex change? What they got to do with us? Why is that your business? Because you've been trained by parasites to be judgmental and eat other people alive. So this Sunday we're going to tap in. It's going to be a beautiful event. We just found out there's going to be food there. First we were kind of concerned because so it's going to be it's going to be amazing. And Billy's coming in. He's coming in. Billy's on some whole other stuff. He's on
a whole
Wall Street, NASDAQ. I don't even know NASDAQ.
NASDAQ.
Didn't NASDAQ move? He used to live up on Crenshaw in Los Angeles. NASDAQ. Didn't he was he used to fix cars. NASDAQ. A lot of times we don't even know, but he's ushering us into some new things that we need to start looking at.
Shout out to Billy because he's on Times Square. He got a big billboard on Times Square shining through.
Beautiful.
Him and his team over there. I know he went public with his forbidden knowledge, so give enough respect to Billy, man. I paid in on forbidden knowledge in the beginning, so I'm part of this thing. So I'm with it. I made a good investment when it was just $1 a share. So that's what you got to do, man, so you can leave us legacy, But Dr. B, the divinity codes happening at Network Atlanta, ATL. Please go to his website, Dr. B's website, and please go to elevationtime.com. Hold on one second. I had elevate. It's all pinned to the top of the chat, family. Y'all know I'll be pinning these things. So I keep them up, but I'm going to put it right here. Please go to elevationtime.com. Elevation Time, not only for events, but products, his book, everything. Also got a Linktree/Dr. B Sirius. Doc, any last words, closing words for the people?
There's something I'm going to share this Sunday that I've never shared before.
Yes.
And I was told I couldn't because, a lot of the things that I've been inducted into, we had to do oaths for real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not a medicine man because I asked to be a medicine man. I found out that my cousin was the chief of one of the biggest tribes in the United States or in this landmass. That's my family.
And your family is connected to Noble Drew Ali too, huh?
That's my cousin. I didn't know that either. I have a lot of powerful people in my family.
I remember. And
a lot was passed to me that I didn't know. And it's better I didn't know because I might have a huge hairdo and a wild ego. Tapes and
Doc, one question I wanted to ask you: why have there not been a recorded voice of Noble Drew Ali?
I don't know.
I heard they
may have recorded and they erased themselves. The greatest lectures that I have done in talks in classes, somehow the recordings disappeared.
Erased. Yep, that's the truth.
Some things are not meant to be tapped into.
Yeah. Wow.
So we have to be careful of trying to save everything. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm going to share some things this weekend in a way that I haven't been able to before. And I also have a new instrument called the Medicine Drum 2.
Yes.
I just received them. We've worked on them for years. And when I was a child, I've been a conga drummer since I was very young, a little boy. That was the thing that kept me, aware and alive. Otherwise, I would have snapped.
Right.
I could go play that drum and go into those meditations, and there was a group of people who would make these drums out of this wood called paduk. Very rare. This wood grows in sandy soil in West Africa and some parts of what we call Brazil also, because those are the same landmass, but they're just separated now by water.
Right.
But the paduk grows in sandy soil, this tree, and it picks up the silica. The wood is infused with silicon crystals.
Wow.
Oh,
You know how they make, computer chips out of silicon. The tree is infused with silica,
Powerful.
which is glass. That's how they make glass. They take sand, melt it down to make glass. The tree is like glass, but it's wood. So it has a frequency and a sound. Even when the limbs break, they say it makes this really interesting sound. It's very fragile because it'll break.
Right.
But the frequency and the tone that it puts out is amazing. And it has been used for medicinal purposes. Every part of the tree is like medicine. It's been used in ceremonies and rituals. And my thing was, these guys, they'd have a bunch of drummers. You know how back in the day they had a bunch of drummers sitting around playing? And the master or the teacher or the leader would have a smaller drum, which was the small drums are feminine. The big drums are masculine. I'm sorry. Cancel, cut, delete, and clear. The small drums are masculine.
Right.
And the big drums are feminine.
Right.
Check that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy would have a small drum made of this paduk, and the sound that it made was incredible. And I never forgot it as a child. So when I was working on this drum, they were like, well, what are we going to make the wood? What wood? I says, paduk. They were like, paduk? Yeah, please. This is going to be very hard. Now, I said, we're making it out of paduk, and we ain't going to have no drum. Okay, go find the paduk. I don't know what y'all got to do. Shut up. Get out here and go find that paduk. So they found the paduk, and we started shaping it. And then the sides are made of this other wood, because we got to hold it together with something because it's fragile. They're made of this wood called tiama, which is another sacred wood. Okay? It vibrates to another group of frequencies. The whole drum is a sacred instrument. I have never heard a sound like it before in my life. It's tuned to 432. That's concert A, tuned down to 432, 1.8 cents, which taps you into the meditative state, the theta state. And the scale, the musical scale, I took 4 independent musical scales that I heard in my head in a dream state, and we put it on one instrument.
Wow.
Bro, sis.
Wow.
I remember opening the box, the first one that came. I cried. It taps you in instantly. Like, you don't even have to think. You don't even have to know how to play it. It hums in the room. It's also a room conditioner, a room harmonizer. Sitting in the room, it's vibrating. And the little tongues that make the sounds, they look like mycelium, like mushrooms. They also look like dendrites from the nervous system. One side of it is 2 scales that work on one side of the brain. And when you play the other side, it works on the other side of the brain, creates what's called the whole brain state. Nothing ever existed like this before. I will be debuting it on Sunday. I will be playing it. We're going to do a core access experience. Y'all have both done the core access experience.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But we're going to do it with this drum.
Oh, man.
So
Man,
what you
powerful.
witnessed before was great, but this is crazy. We were trying to record yesterday, but I was opening the boxes, right? So we were doing this unboxing video, right? And when I would hit the drum, the mics would distort.
Wow.
I'm like, what is that? Hold the mic further. it almost can't even be recorded
Wow.
because the microphones are made for the frequencies that are known.
Right. Not unknown. Right.
This is tapping into something that couldn't be tapped into before. So
Mm.
I will be offering those on our website soon. We're creating a whole website just for that. There are people waiting for this. And I talked to a lady yesterday. She says, Dr. B, I'm not even going to ask you what it costs. I don't care. I have to have that drum because I work with elderly and I want to take it into the places and help harmonize the people. So I'll have some this weekend. I think 3 or 4. And we'll be offering those soon. So that's the medicine drum too, Dr. B's medicine drum too. And some people saw a picture of it and they said, well, Dr. B, I've seen those before. I said, you saw something that looks like it. Yes, it isn't a design that looks like something you've seen before. But what I do is I take things that are already created and change them. So we ain't got to, reinvent the wheel. So we will be doing that this weekend, offering those frequencies. So it will be, how you have a sound bath?
Yes.
There's a whole nother thing called the rhythm bath. The sound bath is a whole different thing. The tone, you got the bowls, and that's great.
Right.
The rhythm bath that we know from back in the day when the whole tribe and they playing these rhythms for hours and hours, or like the Nyabinge rhythm that they played in the mountains, the Maroons.
Yeah.
I remember I went to Jamaica. That's all I wanted to do was find the Maroons. They kept saying, "Man, go to this town and look for the clock." Yes. Everywhere, it's always look for a clock, and every town had a clock. Am I right? You look for the clock. It's always a clock. You know what I'm saying?
Every city from Jamaica, you might
everyone they got a clock.
Parish have a clock.
And they just tell you, says, "Man, just stand by the clock. Just wait by the clock. Someone will come."
Yes.
I'm standing there for hours. All of a sudden, brother,
they funny, yeah.
You are looking for me? I don't know. Come with me. Follow me now. You know what I'm saying? Whew, the clock. Yo. There's so much to know. I mean, that Nyabing and a lot of the music on this product, because the book has a soundtrack.
Right.
It is 7 hours, 22 soundtracks, and some of them are 15, 20 minutes long. They take you into these zones.
Yeah.
And that's a part. When you get the premium offer, you can get that, but you can buy the soundtrack by itself.
Okay.
But it's amazing when you put the book on. I've got the audio book now, and you're listening to the book, you're reading, you're listening to the music, and it causes you to shift. It brings you into the moment, and it helps you have that change, that shift, that orgasmic shift where you can rebirth yourself and let go of everything. Because what we have been living in has been challenging us to break free, to move from opposition to liberation. And it starts this weekend with the divinity codes. And from this point on, everything will be different. Everything. And I know what Billy's going to share. He just made a huge shift. Everybody talked about, oh boy, he's through. Let me tell you something. When you go down, go all the way down, because there's nowhere to go but up sometimes.
After that. That's right.
And you got to fall sometime to get back up. You see, you got to go through something to become something. You got to have a story. Everybody super successful has a story.
When one of your clients said every setback is a setup to a comeback.
That's right.
Les Brown said that. I remember listening to him say that, man. I'm like, wow, that was powerful. Dr. B, March the 1st is going to be something else, family. Make sure you support this Divinity Codes, unlock the blueprint of the divine human with Dr. B and our dear brother, Billy Carson. He's doing some fabulous things after he went through a whole abyss, falling into the abyss. He's now he's just flying now. I was talking to him on the phone. He's just on the air. He's just, and I just thank both of y'all, man. And thank you, New Diamonds, also. But I thank all of y'all for keeping my motivation going, even while I'm going through what I'm going through. But that's what it's about, going through it and not staying in it. Thanks to both of y'all and all of y'all that's doing the positive stuff out there. Dr. B, thank you so much for being your great self, man, all the time. Thank you so much.
And thank you for the support. And let's just begin to celebrate. If anybody is being successful, celebrate it. Even if you don't agree how they got there, I know how he got that money. It don't make no difference. Celebrate success, because your mind does not know it's outside of you. Your subconscious mind can't perceive and conceive of anything outside of self.
That's right.
So whatever you're thinking, whatever you're pointing the finger at, there's 3 pointing back at you. We got to stop this talk.
That's right.
Even a lot of the teachers and lecturers and all this, we got this division about who's right and who's wrong. We're all right and we're all wrong.
Yes.
Yes,
it's all just points of view. They're all theories. Are we from the earth? What difference does it make? We're on it. And we may not even be on it. This could be the dream. In the dream time could be what's real. How do we know? I know for sure. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. So it's time to at least find ourselves and tap into something that we can hold on to and stop competing with everybody else. Compete with your old self. That is the true competition. The true enemy, and the number one that you got to deal with is the enemy within, inner being. It's inside of each of us. We all have it. And there is no perfection. And we've all been through whatever. And, we've all had trauma and we're still going through it. I've got some stories to tell about what had happened when I lost my mind last year and the year before that. And I done lost my mind every year for 3 years. People say, Dr. B, what's wrong with you? I snapped. I snap every once in a while. I'm gone. I don't know nothing. I'm laying on the floor in the dark. Then after you fall, there's a rise. When you begin to rise like the phoenix from the ashes, let those ashes be what supports you. Like in the garden, the number one nutrient to put back in that soil to have those wonderful plants is ashes. So ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Let's use it all right now. Thank you both for having me here. And it's not ours anyway. So why are we carrying it? Huh? Let it go.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Love and respect all the time, brother. Thank you very much.
Travel light.
Travel light.
Gratitude.
Our brother, Dr. B. Let's give him a round of applause. Whew, man. Did we learn something? Did we learn something today? Did we learn something? Oh, man. And applause to you, sister. Thank you. Thank you, my beautiful sister. All the way from L.A. They should call
from the Bay.
Just because you there, they should call it Love A. Love LA.
Yes. I'm from the Bay Area.
Bay Area. Big up to the Bay. I've never been there, but I'll be coming out to Long Beach for that martial arts thing in June. I'm gonna try to get over to the Bay too. I want to be there for a week, to tell you. I want to be out there for a week to come and go to that martial arts tournament for the sister that's actually producing it.
Beautiful.
First woman that's out there from the Sanukas family really to produce a grand event out there in Long Beach. So I definitely got to be out there to see. She's a Gemini too, like you. She born
beautiful.
She born the same day as Tupac, girl. So I gotta be out there. Those that are going to be that can make it out there, hold on, family. Before me and No Diamonds leave, let me shout out her martial arts. Since I'm shouting her out, let me shout out her martial arts thing. This Ra Life, you see, she's dealing with Ra, so you know what it is already. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is, family. I'm telling you, make sure you support our sister. Scan that QR code right there, or call that number if you could be in there. You can be a spectator, or you could be a vendor, or you could be in the midst, doing what we do best over there in the martial arts world. One of my good people. And please support my sister, New Diamonds. Let me put her website up and her cash app.
Gratitude.
My girl, my girl.
Gratitude. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Is it her cash app is New Diamonds 101.
Thank you.
And her website is newdiamonds.net, man. Make sure she comes in and every now and then as a guest co-host. Sometimes I just have to shoot her a text. If she's available, she'll come out. If she's not, she'll let me know. But since we met each other, it was just pure vibes. We locked in. Locked in with this Gemini and Aquarius. This is like Outcast, baby.
Yes, Gemini.
This is Outcast. And so funny. What's the name? Is born the same day I'm born. Big boy.
Really?
On February 1st. Him and I born the same day. Crazy.
I didn't know that.
Andre born the 27th of May. So. But I know that he's born February 1st, definitely. So big up to him, man. Every time I watch him, I say, he just like me back in my day. Crazy.
Yes, but in tune.
Yeah, yes. Anything coming
Mhm.
up, my dear, before we go backstage? Anything coming up on your website?
Um,
Products
no,
here?
nothing as of right now, just my in-person
Right.
event I have March 15th.
Okay.
If people want to just tap in further, all of my socials on my website, you can tap in with me on there. Instagram, all of my names on every platform is newdiamonds.net. I mean, it's New Diamonds. He's showing my website, newdiamonds.net. So yeah,
Yes.
I'm just honestly, I'm just like kind of naturally high from this beautiful experience right now.
Yes.
I'm just taking it all in. There was a lot of good gems. I'm just, in full gratitude for Dr. B Sirius, for you. It's just always a pleasure to be here. And I'm just grateful, King Simon. So thank you for always opening up to me and allowing me to be here in this beautiful space with you.
And thank you so much, sister. Follow her on New Diamonds, of course, on YouTube. She got some great content to keep us positive and not in a fear mode like some people are trying to do. Too many people are
Yes.
trying to give a fear. But I always tell people when they do that, I say, our ancestors has been promoting how to get out of here.
Yes.
So whether they drop a nuke or not,
Yes.
about time. 'Cause we want to get out
Yes.
of here. We got things
Yes.
to do on the other side sometime. Or maybe you got to come back and rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Another way.
Yes.
So, I wouldn't be surprised if I come back 4,000 years from now
Yes.
and do what I have to do again
And
with the
do it
next body.
again.
And do it differently. Do it till it's
Yes.
satisfied. Do it till I'm satisfied. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because energy is constant. It only
Yes.
changes form. So I got
Yes.
no problems with that. Not afraid of
Same.
leaving this planet
Yes.
because energy is still prominent and strong. And leaving
Yes.
books, that's why I want her to write her book. Leave something
Yes.
behind. I know she got jewelry
Yes.
pieces, but she got to leave something behind that
I
she's with.
am. I
You know what I'm
am. I'm
saying?
working on it.
I was reading B. Dell's book on the train too, man, and I was like, wow, he did a good job. I was like, okay,
Yes.
that's what I do. That's my pastime, reading on the train and coming back. I hear all the madness going on the train, but I'm trying to bring New Diamonds to New York too. She never been here, so this is her.
Yes.
This is actually her vibration. If she understood the math of it, it's her vibration
Yes.
also. So we're gonna
I
do a
will be
class
this
of it.
year.
Yeah, we're gonna
This
bring
year.
a class. And Nicholas, we're gonna do something to Nicholas with.
But just not right now while it's blizzards and stuff.
No,
Look,
no,
not
no. I
right
want you up
now,
here.
King
I want you after
Simon.
right around your birthday or right after your birthday. That's what we want. And that's
Yes.
when it's nice out here. It's nice in New
Yes.
York after this, and keep you in a good vibes. But family, this has been a wonderful moment with Dr. B. Again, make sure y'all support what he's doing at this weekend in Atlanta. Him and Billy Carson is going to be a top-notch, applicable event. Go to elevationtime.com, and I want to remind all of you beautiful people that we got some people coming up. Some great women for Women's History is coming up. We got Sister Tammy from out of LA, Tammy Cook, the Sacred Wanda herself for Women's History Month on March the 1st. She's setting it off. And then Nina Diamond is on March the 4th. She's setting it off around March the 4th. I got Abundance Child. Let me see if I get New Diamonds back up here for one of these Women's History Month too. We're going
I
to have
would
to do
love
that.
to.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. This weekend, Nicholas Brooklyn is doing their thing, the Purely Holistic Soul Expo at Nicholas Brooklyn, with Nicholas Brooklyn as the producer, Brown Girl Empowerment, and Kafunya Ife. They producing that. I'll be one of the MC, just bouncing in and helping out. It's free to get in, family, but it's a whole bunch of vendors. It's going to be like a good 50 or 55 vendors in there with some great holistic products. Make sure you support it at Restoration Plaza in Brooklyn, right down the block from Nicholas Brooklyn. Big up to a sister from out of Houston, Texas, Denise Renee Muhammad. She helps you with your credit repair. She helps you with ID theft, legal protections, home auto business, renters, homeowners, all throughout the different states, she works out of. Also, we got my brother, Tony Browder, Professor, the legendary Professor Anthony T. Browder will be in the building at Nicholas for the first time. Go to Eventbrite, or you can call 718-858-4400 or 347-496-1022. That's $40 in advance, $50 at the door. And Young people are free from 0 to 17 years of age. Also, big up to the Heritage International UNIA with Lioness Crown and the whole crew for helping us to get this happening. We are the producers of that, and we're going to have a great time. Big up to one of my teachers, Lloyd Strayhorn. He's back on air doing his thing. And also join me for my course on Udemy. You can teach a course. You should teach a whole course. You should put a course on Udemy. Your wire wrapping course, at least a good half an hour to 45 minutes. You should.
I do have courses.
On
I have
on Udemy?
Yeah, on my well, you said a Udemy?
On Udemy. You know why I say Udemy? Because Udemy actually translate the languages for you. They give you
Oh,
multiple languages. German, if you
okay.
speak
I
German, if you
love
speak French,
that.
they got
So you
you.
said put it on. Okay.
On
Thank you
Udemy
so much, King
platform. Yeah, get it
Simon.
on the Udemy
Thank you.
platform. At
I
least one
will.
time. Yeah, at least a good hour. And then guide them to your main courses or good. But that's what me and Lloyd we're on Udemy. Thanks to Jackie Levine, we're on Udemy, and yeah, they translate into different languages.
I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to do that. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. I'm telling you. Also, we will be at the comedy special with Phyllis Yvonne Stickney. Y'all know her from New Jack City, Die Hard, Comedy Awards. She was one of the 200 women in Essence magazine that makes a difference in the world. Also, Malcolm X. You seen at the bar scene with Denzel Washington when he was younger in the Malcolm X movie. This sister was on my show recently. She tore it up, but I'm going to the comedy show to go hang out with her February 27th or 28th over there at Stand Up New York. We're going to have some fun. She is a funny storyteller, hilarious when I tell you. And girl, my new audiobook is here. Oh my goodness. Go to my membership. Yeah, go to my membership. I read the book. So it's me having fun with my own words. So
Yes.
thanks to my son. He's the producer with the binary and healing codes in the background while I'm talking. So you can go to sleep with it. I went to sleep with my own words. I'm here listening to me go to
Beautiful.
sleep. It sound egotistical, but I went to sleep listening to myself. So, but I was
It's not.
getting my book back in my head, subconscious.
Yes.
You know?
Reprogramming the subconscious.
Reprogramming. Get my book on
Yes.
Amazon. If you can't read, you can listen. Here it is. Well,
Yes.
I got you. All my books are available on Amazon. And please take advantage of this Pisces season 30% discount for 30-minute session. I'm telling you, if you're this new Zodiac, I'm going to do it for all the Zodiac, give a percentage off every Zodiac season. And last season for my Aquarius, I gave 50% because it's Aquarius. But this time I'm doing
Yes.
30% because it is what it is. It's because
Yes.
it's me. And big up to my son right here. Big up to him, big up to him, big up to him, and all he's doing at his studio and all that. He's doing some great work, man. I'm glad my children are doing. I'm waiting for my children to send me some of their advertising so I can help them out. And
Beautiful.
big up to Nina Diamond again coming in. Let's close out with Dr. B and Dr. Blair's prayers and meditation, if you don't mind. You don't mind?
No, I don't mind. I'm ready.
All right,
I'm locking in right now.
like Dr. B says, big up to him who just came off the air with us. Dr. B, he always said, I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am thankful for my life. And what the late, great Dr. Blair, another number 13 energy, used to say, please, universal creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open up my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth in your love now. Man, New Diamonds, thank you so much for being a guest co-host. Thank you.
Gratitude.
Send love to your sons. Shout them out, man. Shout them babies out.
Thank
Please.
you.
Shout them.
My son Josiah, he's a little genius, and my daughter Jade, she's just a little young healer in the making. So I love them so much. They taught me how to be a parent.
Starseed. Again, make sure y'all follow her on New Diamonds Everything. Make sure you show her some love on Cash App. Make sure you go buy her products and support her classes on her website. Of course, make sure you always donate to this channel also, because that's what
Yes.
we do. I got the PayPal, I got the Cash App, I got the Chime, I got the Venmo, I got the EBT card. I got whatever you want to do. Welfare check. You want to mail it to me? You want whatever you want to do.
Yes.
We can do it.
Yes. Yes. Please support King Simon.
Oh, we gonna do what we gotta do, man. And one more thing, I want to support the legacy of Nicholas Brooklyn. They got the GoFundMe going on. Make sure you go to their website for the GoFundMe. I did put it in the chat earlier, but I'll put it in the chat. they're raising $100,000, man. So if you see only a certain limit, there's more that has to be done. I'm trying to hopefully get her to do some more interviews with different people, because it's been a legacy, and Nicholas has put so many people inside that building, man. There's a vibration when you go to a Nicholas Brooklyn, because so many great speakers have been there. And when you go, and New Diamonds, when you speak there, because you will, I want you to take in all of the energy of the Delbert Blairs and everybody that was there. Dr.
Yes.
Africa, everybody that came through, Queen of Four, everybody that came through that place, man. We've had them all there at the old one and this new one. We've been doing it. And, I think you and B. Dell and all of y'all need to get there. The new soldiers that are doing the great work in this realm, man. Y'all got to be in there. So I call B. Dell probably this week to see what's up, because we're supposed to be doing something.
Yes.
And all right, my sister, but hold on, and we'll be right back. So thank you again, New Diamonds. New Diamonds, let's give her a round of applause once again. New Diamonds, thank you, sister. All right.
Gratitude.
All right.
Thank you so much, King Simon.
Thank you. I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh and talk some knowledge. The kind of knowledge you will not find in college, but it's time for you to all use it. Thanks to Dr. B for coming on and showing us love. Thanks to everybody that came in the chat and showed us love. Thanks to New Diamonds, my guest co-host, for showing some love and showing up and showing out in her own way. This is what we do each and every day. So be patient, my family. Don't be scared or scared of anybody out there doing too much. All right? Please remember, everything you want is on the other side of fear. That part. Big up to Dr. Farah Gray, Khalid, Abdul Khalid Muhammad, Dr. Khalid's son. He always says that. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. False evidence appearing real, as we was taught back in the day in 5% culture. All right, so take care of yourself. And again, thank you so much. Join my membership. That's where all my lessons, my interviews stay public, but my lessons, they go into my membership, family. And the next lesson that's coming up, y'all going to want to do this one. This one is the next lesson. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. That's an old saying that goes back into the 1800s. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. You see that little goldfish jumping from the small bowl into the big pool? If he didn't take that chance, he wouldn't be able to get into that water and gain that more bigger space. So nothing ventured, nothing gained. We're going to be teaching on the mathematical numerovation of venture and gained. We're going to talk about it. More than likely tomorrow. It will premiere tomorrow. I got the mathematics behind it and everything. Look at that. I got the mathematics already lined up, ready. I ain't playing with y'all. I'm one of them dudes. Keep it moving. All right. Remember, I love you because I love me. And I want to thank Dr. B for coming on again. Peace and love. Take care. We're about to close out and finish this off. One love.